And now it's time to wake up. We're about to go higher. From heroes, yeah, heroes. Oh, heroes, oh, heroes. From heroes, yeah, heroes. Oh, heroes. All righty, family, family, family. It's been a long time coming, but we here now. All righty now. Scattered all around the world, hidden in the midst of the nation. Alrighty. We were taken from far away, across the Atlantic to slave trade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alrighty, family, 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 family. Disguised with their Lord, their intention was evil for sure. Are we ready today? What kind of people that would do such a thing like this? Yeah, stacking humans on top of each other, ripping children from their mothers. Hello, hello, hello. I hope we're doing well. Give me a few minutes here, family. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm almost there. Alrighty. Whew. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 family. How are we doing this amazing, beautiful, beautiful Friday morning? I hope everybody is doing well. I am on Blog Talk and YouTube, trying to do two at one time. This is really amazing. Thank you for joining. Hope you're ready for an amazing, amazing, amazing show. Blog Talk, let me give you the number in case you want to call in. That number is going to be 563-999-3682. Again, it's 563-999-3682. And if you want to join online, it's the changing of the gods. Who holds the power? Wow. Who holds the power, family? Are we ready for this great, amazing talk? Okay. It is time for us to understand and recognize who holds the power. I don't understand. I really don't think we understand how much power we as Black folk hold because we've been for so long, we've never had the power. So we didn't understand, and we don't really understand it now. We don't even understand when the switch happened. And this year, as everybody can understand, has been an amazing year, right? It's been up and down, it's been all over the place, right? That is when the reset happened. We're in the reset right now. Economically, business wise, if you want your business, go for it. Group economics, it's time for us to understand where we are, and it's time for us to get in our rightful places. It is time for us to come into where we were designed to be, and that's back on top. And I know we've been at the bottom for so long, and it's so hard to understand that the change has happened. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace to you, melanated. Welcome. I'm glad to see you. And I do appreciate everybody that's tuning in, and even who's going to tune in after this show is done, because I know, it's early. This is off usually I'm on Thursday evenings and had some stuff to take care of. So I said, I'll come on Friday morning. I was off. I'm fresh, ready to go. We're ready to do this thing, right? I want us to start understanding that now the yoke of bondage the yoke of bondage has been taken off of our necks, and I don't think we understand that. It's almost like we are like, I have a dog, right? I have a puppy, okay, and I've trained her how to be in the fence. I can literally open my gate and she won't go out the gate. Free. She can run free, gates open, she can do whatever she wants. And she'll sit right there and watch me. Even if I'm not there, she'll sit there and be like, okay, well, that's unusual, right? That's where we are now. This is at a reset, and guess what? They know it, but they know that you don't know it. So what do they keep telling us? Hey, vote. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. They still trying to tell you what to do. I got a letter in the mail the other day, and it was trying a list of people that I needed to vote for. And I'm like, well, why should I vote for who you want me to vote for? I'm gonna vote for who I want to vote for. And I'm looking at the list, and I'm like, ain't nobody on this list that I would even put my name behind. That's what we have to understand. We have to know that they're still trying to control the narrative. So when you hear on the news this, that, and the other, which is all negative for us anyway, because there's nobody in the game that's really gonna have a black agenda, right? I don't care. They may have a platinum plan. They may have a what's Biden's plan? I don't even know his plan. They may have a Biden's plan or whatever. But guess what? For Biden, I have to go by your actions. That's just, and you know, one lady told me, she said, Cassie, she said, well, that was 20 years ago. I said, well, what has he done to correct his behavior? What has he done to right his wrongs? Nothing. I said, so am I really sorry if I just say, hey, I'm sorry, and I keep on going? If I'm sorry, I'm gonna put some juice behind it. If I'm sorry for stealing your car, I'm gonna give it back, right? Or I'm gonna make restitutions for me stealing that car, right? Okay, people, has he done that? I need us to understand that we are in control right now, but we have to know we're in control. We've been so traumatized and so lied to, in bondage. We've been so treated so bad for so long. Now it's our turn to get in the leadership position, and it's almost like we're looking around and go, well, I know we've been free off the master's plantation, but I think I'm gonna just stay here just for a minute because it's just for a second because it's really comfortable. And they really did everything for us. They thought for us. They read for us. They did everything. They fed you their slop. They fed you the worst part of the pig they could find and showed you, telling you how they really felt about you, knowing we weren't supposed to eat that anyway. But guess what they did? Because they knew who we were, they fed it to us because they know we didn't know. So they fed it to us and we ate it because that was all we had. So now, are we going to still continuously eat what they feed us? Or are we going to go out and do for self? Are we going to hunt for ourselves? Or are we going to continuously take in their pork guts, which is their slop, pig slop? Are we going to continue eating that, or are we going to go out and hunt for our own? Jim Crow Joe and Carmela have ruined countless Black lives. Yes, they have. And Black people act like they're obligated to vote for those monsters. You are so right. I cannot understand for the life of me, and it really hurts my heart for us to be so naive. And you got two types of Black people. You got one, we're woke, we understand, we see it, and we would never put our vote behind him because of the fact, if I had a husband and he was beating the heck out of me, right? And I divorced him and I left him, and he came back 2 years later and he said he's not shown he's not shown any parts of his behavior that was different, right? Same old attitude, same old cussing, the same old everything, right? Nothing's changed. But he comes to me and he said, I'm sorry. But he's not done anything to right those wrongs. So am I supposed to just forgive that behavior and just go right back into the relationship? Or what would you do? If you've not shown me anything, I'm like, dude, you're crazy. I came out of that alive. You think I'm gonna go back into it? You think I'm gonna go right back into that? Yes. You know what? But guess what? Pan Africa, welcome. He is not going to, people are still going to ignore it, and people are still going to um they don't care. It's almost like we have blinders on, and I don't see anything but what I want. I don't see anything but Joe right now. I don't care what he did. I see Carmela, she's Black, but she doesn't act Black. Carmela has not even said, she's not even admitted to being anything but Indian. But now you want my vote, so now you're Black. I don't like that. It's almost like people who's never liked you before, but now you have $1 million, so now we're friends. That's my best girlfriend. That's my cousin right there. That's my boo-boo. And these people have cursed you out and treated you like crap for your whole life. They put you on the bottom shelf for your whole life, treated you like a black sheep. And now all of a sudden they need something from you. You have what they need, family. You have the control, you have the power, but we have to understand it, and we have to know that we have all the power. And if you don't use that power to understand who you are and whose you are, and understand the power that you possess, you'll give that power away and put them back in power over yourself. Is that crazy or what? She would, okay. I could believe that, Pan Effort. Let me read what Melanie to say. Our people don't use critical thinking skills, and no matter how many times we lose playing this game, we still. But guess what? We're gonna continue playing, because guess what? We'll think about, well, okay, if I play it this way, if I go a little bit to the right this time, I can win. Or if I go a little bit to the left, I can win. Or if I not, if I just hold out for just a minute, but I'm holding out, but I'm not asking you for anything. I am not holding you accountable. We have to stop all of this crazy behavior. My thing is right now, thank you, Pan African, thank you. My thing right now, we have to get to the point that the ones that want to do, we do. And I think once we start doing, the ones that are kind of like sitting on the sideline watching us do. The ones that want to join in will join in, but you know we're not gonna get everybody. We're not gonna get, just like when they freed the slavery's right. I started to say something else. I ain't gonna do it. Just like when they freed black folk back in the day, right? You had some that say, well, I've been here, I've been here so long, I'm old, I'm gray, I'm gonna just stay right here because it's worked. Well, master was feeding me good. I ate some chitlins a couple of days, couple times a week, and yeah, I was full. But guess what? You ate the crumbs for the master's table. It is time for you to eat a meal at your own table. What is it going to take? Let me give you an example. When the guy that kneeled, what's the guy? I'm not into sports. Kaepernick, yes. When he kneeled and we supported Nike, do you know how much money we made by Nike when he kneeled and we were supporting Nike? Do you know? Millions. Millions. And remember Popeyes that came out with this chicken sandwich? You know how much money we made Popeyes instead of us making our own chicken sandwich? Millions. Do you not know how much money we give the hair product, the Asians, the Chinese, for the beauty supply places? Billions. This is how much we are worth, family. You know what? I don't understand. I don't think that we understand how much money we're worth collectively as a whole. If we get into group economics, I was in my area the other day and I said, man, we sure need us a black grocery store. Why don't we have our own black grocery store? We have enough money, you guys, where we can go out and get our own grocery store as a group. We can start maybe small, just how they do in Africa, Pan African, okay? As a smaller corner store, and we can stock each shelf. We can get the necessities. We can get group economics. We can collect funds because guess what? The Jews have a HIA. What is that fund? Hold on, let me find it. The Jews have a foundation, and it's called the HIAS, right? And APAC. They put money into this fund, and what do? They use it to advance their communities. They use it for housing, for food, shelter. They use it to pay the politicians. They put so much money into this hedge fund, and they use it as far as they say, okay, they don't go out voting. They just use whoever's in office and they put money behind that person and they say, okay, we're going to give you like $1 million and we want this law to pass. That's how they do it. They don't go and run to a poll and vote and don't request nothing. They have money in the game. We don't put any money in the game. We have to start putting money in the game. And that's what we have to do. We have to start building our own. And I'm gonna even tell us we need to start running for some of these offices. Pan-African. You can run for mayor, you can run for city council, and not just one of you. You take 4 of your friends and run for city council, and I guarantee you, you can change your situation locally. We don't have to run and vote federally. Locally, you change your situation locally. You can get reparations locally. Let me read some of the comments. Yes, we want them to change. We want them to be the change. We want them to change our situation. We want them to do all the work for us. And they're looking at us like, yeah, we got it. We got you. Go ahead and vote. We got you. And they're like, well, we ain't going to get them niggas nothing. But yeah, we got you. Go ahead and vote. Run out there next Tuesday. Vote. We got you. Not telling you what we going to do for you, but we got you. And we run on over there. Oh my God, it's going to be different this day. They told us, oh my God, this is the election of the year. Our life depends on it. Our ancestors died for us to vote. We better get out there and vote. And I'm like, dummy, your ancestors did not vote for you to vote for white supremacy. Your ancestors did vote for you to vote for somebody that didn't even promise you anything. Your ancestors did not vote for you just to be voting. They died for you to be free. But we're dying, and we're still dying, and we'll literally say, oh, we're I don't know. Oh my God, I am so frustrated, Black folk. I just don't know what to do. I want to help us to understand how important it is for us to take back our leadership, take back our take back the power. We've given it over to them way too long. Okay, let me read some more comments. Yes, Carmela. Yeah, they stay. Yeah, they stay insulting us. But what do we do? What do we do? We don't care. I don't care what they say. They continue making us look like crazy, making us look crazy. You go in and you interview a whore. Cardi B is a hoe. I don't care what nobody say. Who sets up her men to be raped by transgender men. Who does that? Who in their right mind? Who that don't even, you know what, that has not even crossed my mind to even do somebody like that. Who does that? But then you had Jim Crow and Biden to go and interview this horror. Why are you gonna give me a hoe? I don't listen to hoes. I have You have to have something. You have to have something going for yourself besides a poll. Besides being, I'm just saying, come on, you guys, that's crazy. You sat up there, they brought you a whore and say, this is who I'm going, this is your leader. No, that's not our leader. There's so many more women and men in our community that we can look up to, that's going to think black, that's going to have a B1 attitude, that's going to have a heart after black people. And right now, we have plenty of those, but we have to learn, we have to recognize them. We're not recognizing. We look up to the hoes. We look it up to, all of these people that's doing all this crazy stuff. And we're like, oh, we can grasp them to be a leader. Come on, you guys. We can do better. We can do way better than that. Let me see. They're building a black grocery store. And so, oh, wow. That is great. I wouldn't go to no, but I wouldn't go to any other store but that store, because I went to do something with my car yesterday, and of course, emissions and stuff is due. And there's a black guy, he's African, and he has a shop right by my house. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go there. And I'm like, I got a new mechanic there. He's black, but it's so many. Not it's a lot of areas. We need black everything. We need a black grocery store. We need a black, blackity black. And this is what this reset was for. This reset was time for us. So if you know how to do a little plumbing, if you know how to fix on cars, this was your opportunity to start your own business. If you know how to carpentry, if you know how to do a little electrician work, I know some of these you might need a little certificate for. It's okay. Go back to school for about 6 months. Once it's on unemployment will teach you. They will pay for you to go to these schools to get your little trade certificates. And I wish that even when if I ran for, say, for instance, I ran for mayor or whatever, first thing I would do is put the trade schools. Those, remember how we used to train for trades, like electricians, plumbers, uh, women did for cosmetology in high school. And when we came out of high school, we had a certificate, right? And we could take that certificate and we could use that to open up our own businesses. That's what we need to get back to. It's not all about our children working for McDonald's. It's not all about our children working for somebody else. It is us. This is us. This is our time right now. This is our season for us to get our own, so that they would have to come to us. But we still don't want to. We're still fighting to hold on to white supremacy. We are fighting each other to keep our slave masters in charge. We're fighting each other to stay up under their system. That makes no sense when right now it's time to be free. The shackles are off, the yokes are off our necks, and we are still literally biting off each other's head every chance we got. Ice-T came and he said what he said. Okay. And then you had black folks fighting against each other for what? The man had a black agenda, a black contract. Okay, he had a black contract. My thing is, why did we fight against him? What was the big deal? Okay, he did something nobody else is doing. I'm not saying, I'm not whatever. But what I am saying, somebody at least stood up to try to get somebody to pay attention to black folk. Nobody else was doing it. Nobody. So he took it upon himself and said, okay, nobody else is doing this. Let me go out here and let me see if I can make a difference, and let's see what I can do. And guess what? Why do we fight against him again? Because we didn't come up with the idea? Who cares? He's black. That's my brother. We jump on the bandwagon. We support him. We just like we would support Biden. Black folk jumped on the bandwagon, and this man won't offer you nothing. Trump, he wasn't offering you nothing. But still, my thing is, we jump on the bandwagon, and we can run for these offices ourselves. We can save up $10, have a group of people, get you a GoFundMe together, and we can support our own. If we know that you're running for office, we go fund you. That's money that you can use in 2 years to run for your own political party, or at least say like a city council or mayor. We'll put money behind you, and then we vote for you as a block. That way it gets not just you, but it takes like 5 black people, because I think it's like 7 or 8 on a city council. But you got to have enough to get some stuff passed. You can't go in there by yourself and think you're going to change things. You're not. You have to have at least four of you guys, 3 to 4 of you guys that can vote in a certain direction. Okay. but it can be done. We can change our situation. And it's going to be up to us. If we don't do it, it's not going to be done because white folk don't care about you. White supremacy is hoping and praying that y'all Negroes keep running to the pole and keep putting them in charge. That don't make no sense. When are we going to wake up? Aren't we tired of allowing them to mistreat and use us? Aren't we tired of white supremacy? Aren't we tired of them lying and doing nothing? They've been lying since for 60 years. And one man said today, he said, "Well, we've come a long way." Well, what? We got crumbs off the table. Okay. So now instead of one crumb, you get two. Okay. Can we have a table? Can we have a whole meal? Can we have a whole meal? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I want it for a meal. I don't want no more crumbs from their table. Okay. I got to go and eat the little crumbs off. No, I want my own table. I want my own home. I want my own business. And I don't want to have to work for you for 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12 an hour. I want to own the company. I want a place at the table. I want my own table and I want my own steak. I want my own. So what's it going to take? And that's what we do. Grouply. Group economics, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take us coming together with 5 of us, 6 of us, 10 of us, especially for a grocery store. It's going to take 10 of us coming to the table. Well, I'm not going to say 10. I'm just depending on how much money you got. It's going to take us coming to the table, group economics, bringing our monies and saying, this is what we're going to do. And we're putting our money together. And the ones that want to do it, let's do it. And the ones that want to stand on the sideline, you stand over there. Eventually, they'll jump in. They'll put their money in. Once they see you getting it off the ground, then you're going to have your stragglers. That's cool. But we ain't going to have the Joy Reids and the Candace Owens because they are always going to look up to white zaddy. They are always going to look up to white folk, period, for their everything. I'm just saying, we have to give them that room. You do you. You stay over there, you do you. But if you come over here interfering, we're going to have to chop that head off. I'm just saying. It is time for us to deal with the bootlicks. It's time for us to deal with the treasonous behavior. It is time for us to deal with people that are disrespecting us. If you want to stand over there, you run your mouth, you do you over there. But don't come over here with this. Don't come over here. Because when you come over here, we're going to chop that head off and we're going to keep it moving. Welcome, 504. Welcome. But it is time for us to understand the power. We hold the power. It is us who hold the power. It's almost like it just turned. This thing shifted, and we're not even realizing that it shifted. I still see Black folks still fighting to stay underneath the table. I'm looking on the table. What you still doing now? No, we at the table now. We on here. We got our spread, and you got them still under the table. What are you doing down there? Don't you see everybody else up at the table? Well, I've just been here so long. I'm gonna just stay right here. That's crazy. That's crazy behavior. I can't understand stuff like that. When he said the first shall be last. Come on, you guys. This is our time. This is our time, but we have to understand it. We have to know that we've been released. The yokes of bondage is done. This is our time. If you are serious, step back and look at the situation. This year has been a year of years. It has been a year, and it's almost like, you know how you begin to lift weights, right? And you put on that little 5 pounds, and 10 pounds at first is too heavy, so you put 5 pounds on. Okay, so it's a little easier. Okay, you lifted that one, it's good. Okay. But when did you get there? You don't recognize you got there, and now you're ready for 10 pounds. Okay. You put your little 10 pounds, it's a little heavy at first. Okay. And then you got it. Okay. And then you put your little 15 pounds, a little heavy, right? But guess what? You eventually get there. We're getting there. This is just the beginning stages of stuff stirring up. Because they see us getting back in power. They see. But guess what? They trying to really dig down and horn in on it and really hold tighter. Because they're hoping we don't understand. They're hoping we don't see. They're hoping that we don't understand. They're hoping that we not know who we are. They're hoping that we still think that they're in control, because it looks like they're still in control. But behind the scenes, that thing is turning up. That thing is turning up. You're right. We don't respect. We don't even know we have much. You know what, 504? We don't even understand how much power we possess. We have no clue. We've been so at the bottom for so long that now if you tell people and you show people, you can show them. We can see it. I can see it. I've seen more Black businesses open this year than I have in forever. I look on the corners. Who do we see begging on the corners? I don't see a lot of Black people. Do you? I see more of them on the corners, right? But we still don't see it. It's happening right in front of our eyes. And we still don't get it. We still thinking that they have the control. We still thinking we got to run up behind them and vote. We still thinking, yes, they're hoping we stay asleep. And I'm not asleep. We woke. We are woke, you guys. And it's more of us waking up, and they know that. But like I said, we're not gonna get everybody. But if they stay over there, you do you over there. And if you want to stay up under massa, you want to marry they kids, you want to marry your enemies, you go ahead and marry your enemies. Because that's the sad part about it. Because you got a whole lot of these bootlegs that's married to these demons and devils, children, and think they married to and think they got something. You have a dysfunctional zero. I'm just saying. You married to you're married, you're genociding your own, and you're married to their little demon children. And I saw this thing with this Kyle, what's that little boy's name? Rittenhouse, 17-year-old, the one that shot the rioters. And they was talking about one of the rioters, how he was, pedophile and all that stuff. I don't know what, I don't get the whole story. And they're saying, oh, he deserved to die. And I said, oh, you guys already always dehumanizing somebody. You're always trying to protect your races, your little racist thug children. And that's what I said. And I said, you always protected them. I said, but guess what? You release him and you let him off. You got others just like him who's watching to see the punishment that you give him. And if you don't punish him, you're going to have more like him to rise up, and they're going to take you out. Because he didn't bother me. He could have killed more of them if he wanted to. He didn't bother me because he didn't kill no black people. So I don't care. They could have just left him out there to shoot as many as he wanted to. Because my thing is, we have to understand how sometimes y'all uses other people to fight for us. We've never had to fight for ourselves. Biblically, we've never had to fight for ourselves, right? Every now and, I remember a couple of times, but mostly he would turn them against themselves and they would fight themselves. Remember a lot of those battles, but a lot of battles that we did fight, we won. Unless we were out of order. But right now, all we got to do is step back, concentrate on what we're supposed to be doing, because everybody on here got a job to do. Everybody got their position, and you play your position and you watch us get free. But we have to understand that it is time for us to be free. It is time for you to play your position. You were born for a position. What is your position? Play your position so that we can get back into our rightful places. And that's what it's time for us to do. But we have to help change some mindsets. Every chance you can, you're going to share your mindset with the person that's still asleep. And everybody, if you sharing, say for instance, if I'm talking to somebody, and then Brandy, you come back and you talk to them tomorrow, and then Melanie, you talk to her, and then Father, you talk to her, we're planting seeds, right? We're planting seeds. One day, I may come back again and talk to them again, and that may be the day that they're chosen. That's their time to wake up and go, oh my God, all this time, and I was missing it. But we keep talking. We don't stop talking. We don't get so frustrated when we like, I don't care, whatever, let them do. No, we have to still keep reaching out to our brothers and sisters. We have to still keep reaching out to them. We have to still, even sometimes they may cut you out. Okay, I'm gonna let you hang over for a minute, but I'm coming back. It's gonna be another time, another opportunity, because that might not be the time that they were ready. But we're not gonna stop trying. We're not gonna stop trying, because everybody has their time where they're gonna wake up. Okay, so we cannot give up. Yes, the curses are being lifted. People don't understand that. Yes, they are. But we have to understand that, and we have to start recognizing that. Yes, 504, you said we can shut down businesses, shut their businesses down by night. Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. And I would, right now, when we're going into these Asian shops, and I still see Black folk going into the Chinese shops eating their dogs and cats. And I do believe that's what you're eating. I don't care what you say. Y'all nasty. I'm just saying. But even how they treat, when I first saw, I stopped eating that a long time ago, but I stopped, like, I don't do my nails. I don't let them, I don't even go into their little beauty supply places. I don't. If I could buy it somewhere else, I'm not buying, I'm not giving them a dime. I don't care. I will not go step foot into, we have a black beauty supply place around by my house, right? So I just found out he was there. He said he'd been there like 3 years. I'm like, what's the advertisement? I didn't know, didn't know. But I'm glad I found him, so I can go there and buy most of my stuff. But I will not give a dime to an Asian, nothing. When I seen how they treated my brother and sister in Africa, I'm gonna give you a dime. it really made me sick the way they was treating the one lady who was pregnant and she was having a baby, and they, she was having some contractions or whatever, and they wouldn't even let her come in the hospital, just to check her out. And then a guy, he literally died in the car. He friend took him around to different hospitals, and they wouldn't even allow him to come in. But you started it. You started this COVID. You started this little 19 whatever, and then you want to blame somebody else for your stuff. Whatever. I will not ever. And I hope that you guys, like the Japanese, the restaurants, I won't give them a dime. I don't care. What was it? The one that they cooked the food in front of you. I used to love to go there. I'm not touching them. I wouldn't give them 2 pennies. Mm-mm. I will not support people that don't support my brothers. Seriously, the way you treat the African brothers and sisters, I'm not giving you a penny. And I wish that Black folk around the country could get to the place where we are sticking together. If you can support your own, support your own. If you can come into group economics and build your own, it is time for us to build our own. That's what it's time for us to do. And group economics, we don't have to go to no bank. We have money. We have $1.2 trillion. If we come together, you spent billions of dollars on hair products. You gave the Chinese billions of dollars, Black folk. Did you know that? You gave Popeyes millions of dollars, then you gave Nike millions. That could have been millions. And our Black entertainers, they give a millions, billions. What did Nick Cannon say? He said he gave Vlad, who was that? What I don't know, wherever he was working. I don't know which one it was, but he said he made them $1 billion. Why couldn't he have made himself $1 billion? Especially when he said what he said about the Jews and they was ready to fire him. He should have said, the heck with you. I'm going out here and build my own. Black family, I need you. And guess what? We would have supported him like we supported Nike. But is that what he did? No. He buckled down, kissed their little behinds, and begged them, went to crawling. He don't even wear his headpiece no more. Have you guys noticed Nick Cannon does not wear his headpiece like he used to wear his little turbans? He don't wear them no more. That's because you let the enemy get in your ear. You're going to let them tell you who you are. You're going to let them tell you what you've already researched. You're going to let them come and change your mind and tell you who you are not. Whatever. You be very careful who you allow to whisper in your ear. Just like in Nigeria, they are doing some police brutality there. And I do believe the French has something to do with it. What do you think, Brandon? I do believe that the police has something to do. Yeah. Yes, it is disgusting. He is he is. He is. Um, yes, our monies have sent them to college. You see them BMWs they driving. Your money, the Mercedes that they're driving, your money has bought that. Yeah. You see those big pretty houses that 15 were living in? Your money purchased that for them. Yes. Yes. Your money purchased that. That's the sad part about it. Just like you purchased that for them, you can't purchase it for yourself. Just like I'm looking at entertainers and I'm like Nick and some LeBron. I don't know too many of I don't know too many of them, but still, they can be doing better. They could have had their own league by now. Nick could have had his own place to give out music, his own production. I think that's like a production thing, studio. He could have built his own. If you made them $1 billion. What was wrong with you building that for yourself? At some point, if you're gonna step out and they have our entertainers, our ball players, NFL, the basketball players, football players. I can't all the initials. I'm not too familiar with the initials, but the basketball players and football players. You don't think they could have came together and built their own team by now? What was wrong with that? What's the matter with us? Why won't we do what we're supposed to do for us? Why are we sitting up waiting for other people to do for you that don't like you? We could have had some schools going, especially now when you're talking about online training. I would pay $100 a week for my granddaughter to go to a Black school. I'm just saying, this was my educators. Where are my educators out there? We have educators that are teachers in today's society that you're working for white folk. Why you guys couldn't come together as group economics and build an online school for our children and start teaching our children? That is the only way we're going to get to the place where we're thinking free here. We got to come from among. We got to stop allowing them to teach our children. Because guess what? If I don't like you, what am I going to teach you? I'm going to teach you how great I am and how nothing you are, right? So what's the problem? We have to stop being so blinded because of a smile. Some of these crackers, they smile at you and they stab you in the back and they teaching your children. They put them in ADHD and they giving them the ADHD. From my understanding, the ADHD medication, Dr. What's his name? Brother Umar? What's his name? Did I say him? Umar. What's that boy? I think that's his name. He said that what? That the medication that they give our children is really close to crack, right? Cocaine. So why are we giving our children the ADHD medication? Because they said so? No, you learned how to treat my children, or better yet, let me pull my children from you. Because I read something that said that if we got to the place where we're teaching our own children, like 17% of our children would go to college. And like 30 or 20% would graduate, or 17% would graduate, and 27% would go to college. Okay, what are they doing now? Half our children won't even graduate. They're going to prison. So why is it that we know what to do, family? We know what we need to do, but we won't do it. Why? We know we need to bring our children from around them. We know we need our own business. We know we need to do group economics. We know we need to have our own grocery stores. We know we need to have our own entertainment. We know we need to have our own basketball and own football leagues. We know this, but why are we sitting there waiting for them to do it for us? They're not. They're not. Right. We could never go to their neighborhoods and sell it. You're right. You're right. They wouldn't even support you because the Chinese ain't gonna support you. Ask them to come to a function that you got. Have you ever seen a function, them at a function that you have? No, because they don't support other people. And they'll tell you, we stick amongst our own. We support our own. But we can't do that. Tell me why we can't do that. You know the damage. You know what they're doing. We know this. Tell me why we can't come up with our own foundation, just like the Jews have. We put money toward that foundation, and we support people. Just say, for instance, you five melanated, you want your own business. You come and you fill out an application, and you don't fill out an application to have your own business. We support your business. You turn around, you put back into the foundation for the next people, the next person. We can do this, but it's up to us. We just don't want to do what? Spend no money. That's what it is with Black folk. We don't want to spend no money. That's right. They would never give you an education that's going to allow you to get over them. But guess what? That family with them, that 19, the 19 families with the 100 acres of land, everybody's watching them. And I'm like, if they can do it, we can do it. But I don't want no land over here in America. I'm just saying. Y'all could go ahead and do that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to invest any money here in America. I am not. I'm not interested in investing any money. You know, I look over there at Nigeria, and I'm looking at the police brutality. I'm looking at our own shooting, our own, and it's disgusting. It sickens me so much because I know the French white supremacy is behind that. I know it's almost like Nigeria president didn't do something that they wanted him to do, and they paid some little broke Negro on the police force to do the uprising. I guarantee you, I don't care what y'all tell me. I know the white supremacists is behind that uprising, because that's, we're not gonna come up with that by ourselves. That's not something we do. But my thing is, why the president won't shut it down. But I'm gonna tell you what, they need to find out who took the money, where did it start, and go and take care of him and his family. And I guarantee you, all you have to do is take care of one person, take care of their family, and it'll shut the rest down. And if we find out that you coming against your own, we're gonna take you out, and we're gonna take your family out, and I guarantee you they'll stop doing what they're doing. I'm serious. Because I know something as far as Nigeria, I know that somebody talked about something. Somebody, it came to somebody's attention as far as what's going on. As far as somebody, and I know it's got to just do something with that leader, because it was something that he didn't do. They wanted him to do, and he's not doing it. And this is why you see what you're seeing in his country. That's the only. This is some white supremacy stuff. Seriously, they always paying other people, like other Black folk, to harm other Black folk. It just makes no sense. What I'm seeing is disgusting. It's disgusting. It makes me sick. Um, need to be, yes, yes, they do. Their leaders need to be charged with treason. They do. All of them. All of them. And they need to get some young folk with some bright, better ideas. Get some Patrice Lumumba. Yeah, Patrice Lumumba. I think I got the name right. That dude was bad. I'm telling you, he was an amazing. I read about him. I'm like, oh my God. We need some Marcus Garveys over there. We need some Malcolm X's over there. We need some Medgar Evers over there. We need some new leaders that's going to take Africa, recession-proof Africa, kick everybody else out of Africa. If you want to come over here, if you Chinese, you want to give some billions of dollars, but guess what? We gonna do the work. We gonna hire our own to do the work. Seriously, You ain't bringing half your crew. You're not bringing your Chinese. You're not setting up shop over here. You want to give us some money? But guess what? Africa has so much. They have everything that the country needs comes from Africa. Okay. They have all of the, they got the silver, they got the gold, they got the diamonds, they got whatever, what's that stuff that goes in the cell phone? They got that too. Uranium, is that what it is? They got all of that. You're in charge. You are the king of the world here, because if they switch everything, just say for instance, they switch everything over to gold. Who's going to be on top? Africa. Because Africa got all the gold and silver and diamonds. My thing is, you have everything you need to be. It's almost like I'm a millionaire, but I won't use my millions. I'm gonna go and get welfare. That's what it is. That's what it seems like for me, for Africa. You have everything you need right there in your country. And what are you doing? You allowing other people to come there and manipulate other people. And then they charge high interest for stuff that you have in your country, for stuff that you can be doing for yourself. Yes, all day, just, yeah, just daydreaming about escaping the open air prison. I don't even know if they daydreaming. I don't think they daydreaming it. I think they just not even, the door's open. They just, well, I didn't know the door was open. I didn't know. It's right there in front of their face, and they looking. Oh, well, I'm looking for something. I'm looking all around the world for it, but it's right here. It's right here. It's right in front of your face, and we know. We looking all over the, and it's like, it's right here. Hey, you're a millionaire. It's almost like God he's holding the key. He's holding the key for Africa. Africa, you have everything you need. This is the promised land. I don't care what people say. That's the promised land. I don't care what you say. That's the promised land. You have everything you need. And we don't even, and we're asking everybody, come on in. We'll take your product. We'll take your product. We'll buy your product. And you got everything right here, and people to build it for you right there in your own country. And you won't take advantage of it. I don't understand it. I don't. You got to get the French out of there, because their leaders are really backed by the French. Okay. You have to understand, in Britain, their leaders there is being controlled by the French and the Britons. Okay. So once they build, and this is why I believe Africa needs an army. They need an army, because the French and the Britons, they need, because they're going to have to come against them. So Africa needs an army. What are you guys thinking? Yep, creating a new buffering class. But guess what? They're over there creating their new class. Ain't that something? And they don't even understand. Them Chinese people don't even like you. They were trained not to like you. They think that you're inferior to them. And you are allowing them, you are really, you're genociding your own, because they're gonna get what they own. You believe that? They are going to get what their own. They're not gonna. Their children aren't going to marry Africans. Their children are going to marry Chinese people. I'm just saying, because they're gonna teach them how to do this. Don't think that they're going over there. They are staying alive because those men, those boys over there didn't have wives. Because 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the Chinese was actually killing the girl babies. Remember? For 20 years, they killed all the girl babies. And I used to say, man, who are they going to marry when they get grown? And of course, they don't have women for the Chinese women, the Chinese men now. So now they're going to Africa to marry them. But guess what? They're going to either bring them babies back to China, because China is using African women for their survival. Just like the white women here, because their men are white men, low sperm count. The white folk have low birth rates. Okay. But they're using us, black women, and they're using our men to genocide us. Because guess what? A lot of times those mixed babies, they don't marry black, they marry white, because a lot of times their mom is white. So a boy is, okay, he's gonna marry what's representing him, his mom, right? And as far as a girl, if she see her dad's white, she's going to get somebody like her dad, right? Come on, you guys, help me out here. I'm just saying. Was talking about how important it is to keep Africa in poverty. He said, if Africa ever pulled itself up, every other country will fall. And he's so right. And Africa don't, I keep telling you, we don't recognize the power we possess. I'm so excited. I'm like, you guys, we have so much power in our hands. If we here, as far as black folk, would come together and support each other, support our own. Do you not know for Christmas we shouldn't spend, and I don't celebrate Christmas anyway, I'm just saying, if you still celebrate Christmas, you're part of the Roman Catholic Church. It's a no-no. It's pagan Catholicism mixed together. It's paganism. It's not for celebrating Jesus, nothing. It's a whole big old, you need to do your research on that. But I wouldn't spend a dime on a toy for Christmas. I would not spend a dime on a toy for Christmas. We could bankrupt this country so bad, you guys, because they're waiting for Christmas. They're waiting on our money. They're waiting. Thanksgiving, Christmas. Oh my God, this is the only thing that's going to possibly. But I think right now we are in such a depression right now, and it's almost like a inflation right now, a recession. Okay, we're getting ready to get into a depression, you guys. But I'm telling you, Thanksgiving and Christmas is really going to be the time that's going to kind of pull them up a little bit. We're going to pull them up. But if we hold our money, I guarantee you they will come to the table and say, what do y'all need? What can we do? But we won't give them the opportunity to beg because we go, here, master, here, take out $1.2 trillion. Do what you want with it. You don't have to put no money back in the black neighborhood. You don't have to, create the wealth. You don't have to create, anything for our wealth. You don't have to, you can keep redlining our neighborhoods. You can keep taking our wealth. You can keep taking our billions of dollars for hair. You can keep, we keep giving our millions, billions away and not get nothing back for it. You can't even get a Chinese person to give some money toward your little stank neighborhood because you ain't got no more communities. Did you guys know everybody has a community in America except black people? Did y'all know that? You got the Iranians community. I don't know what they call it, the Arabs. Okay. And you guys, let's not forget the Arabs. The Arabs, they owe us money too. Because the Arabs started slavery. If you guys don't know it, the Arabs started slavery. It ain't just white folk. The white folks saw the Arabs doing it and they trickled on in on it. But if at first the Spain Portuguese, they started it. Arabs started it. The Portuguese first, then the Arabs, then the white folk. So we got four people, the Jews too, because the Jews supplied the ships. 4 people owe us money, reparations. The Portuguese, the Arabs, Jews, and white folk, they owe us money, y'all. They owe us reparations, and I want my money. Because guess what? You get mine, I'm out. I would not spend a dime on my reparations. You ain't never got. I hear some people say, "Well, you get black folk money, they ain't gonna know what to do with it." Give me my reparations, and I'll show you. And I can tell you, I ain't gonna go there with y'all. Let me see. Oh man, yes, we could. Yes, we could collapse this country overnight. Yes, I'm telling you, we fail to realize how much the Arabs, and even now, they still have slavery in Arab in what country? Where's that, honey? Where's that? Where is that? Is it Liberia or Libya? It's one of them. Is it Libya? Where? Help me out, y'all. They still have slavery. Where is it? It's somewhere in Africa. One of those little countries. Where is it? They still have slavery today. They still do. I seen something on the internet the other maybe about 2 months ago where this young girl, this boy had a piece of lumber on top of her head, a little video thing that he was trying to crack open. Oh my God, this hurt my feelings so bad when I see him strike her in the head with this 2x4. She had something on her head, and he told her to hold it up there, and she held it on there, but she closed her eyes and she looked like she was praying because she knew he was getting ready to knock the fool out of her. I'm serious. He took this 2x4 and he bonked it on her head and knocked her out, and she started convulsing. I know he killed her. I know she's dead. I'm serious, but we have to understand, you guys. And even now, if we had any type of a defense, even in Africa, they could go and liberate those people. But guess what? And I seen a guy even talking about the same. It might have been the same person you was watching, melanated, about Africa and being the head, and how we're in poverty, and how we could actually, Africa could really be on top because they own everything. They just don't know how. And I'm like, oh my God. They give the French like $500 billion a year, I think it is, a month or a year. I think it's like they give them $500 billion. And that is money that could actually stay in your country. And they was giving them because it was something that the French did that they owed a debt to, and they're still paying on that debt. Like we're talking like 1,000 years later, like a million years later, they still paying on this debt. You mean that debt ain't paid yet after giving you $500 billion? Okay. I think that debt has been paid over and over and over and over again. I'm just saying. But we have got to understand. And I keep saying, you guys, we don't understand who we are. And it is going to take, and I was reading a article, and it talked about, check something. I was reading an article, and it talked about how far we've come from uh, the 1963, Martin Luther King after he died. And that article said we have not moved an inch. And when I hear people, Black folks saying, we didn't come a long way, it hurts me because that shows me you're not doing research. Seriously, it shows me that you have not researched anything. And they was talking about in this article, they said, I was trying to pull it up a little bit because they was talking about how let me see where there it is right there. And I'm put it in the comments on my Facebook page, no, on my YouTube page. It's in the comment, and it said how Black America lives have and haven't changed since Dr. King's death. And I mean, it's very sad. It's very sad. Because they had a lot of like 34% of African Americans. They was talking about how economically, uh, in 1968, just 10% of white people lived below the poverty level, while nearly 34% of African Americans did. 34%. That was then. Okay, it's higher now. It's even now that our children, our teenagers, cannot even find jobs. Okay, and I seen my husband's son. He's probably maybe 21, 22, and he doesn't have a trade, and he's been out looking for a job, and they want to pay this boy $11 an hour. I'm like, how are they paying grown people 11, 12, and 13? How are they paying grown people? He doesn't have kids, thank God. But if he did, how is he gonna? How he has an apartment, he has own. How are you paying rent with making $11 an hour? You got to work your kajubies off. I'm just saying. This is what I'm telling. This is where we need to start teaching our own children to go out here and own your own. I told him, I said, sweetie, if you had some lawnmowers, you could be cutting grass. I don't cut grass. I'm just saying you could get you some lawnmowers. You could start your business cutting grass. You can get some contracts with some of these corporations out here. You can get you, and I'm gonna tell you, I would sometimes you have to have a little white front. I'm just saying, I had a guy friend, he was driving a truck. And he said, you know what, Cassie? He said, I'm really good friends with a white guy. And a lot of times I let him go. I write the contracts up and he allows his white friend to go and get the contract for him. And he said, it's been working. He said, we get all the contracts because I let him go and represent me, which is so sad in this country that we have to always allow white folk to do some part of our anything. That's the sad part about it. And that's the sad truth about America. You know what I'm saying? But if we would get to the point where we are supplying and we are supporting our own, then we could have our own lawn care business. We could have our own tree cutting down business. We could have our own snow removal businesses. We could have all of this. We have to just be very productive. We have to, come and bring it together and do some brainstorms, just like white folk. They have those brainstorms, right? They come up with stuff that's needed. We have stuff in this community right now that we need. We actually need stuff now, you guys, in the Black community. I'm gonna take my shirt off, Lord, please, my sweater off. But we have stuff right now that we actually need services in the Black community that we don't. We don't. This is your opportunity right now to get your own business. Find a service. Find something that we don't have already. Black folk doing it and create it. Then put it out there. You have internet. You have Facebook. Excuse me, you guys. You have YouTube. You have StreamYard. You have a lot of these connections where you can put it out there and let people know what you're doing. You can do a lot. When you start your business, say for instance, my son did his lawn care business. He can put out there him doing the job, doing the work. I'm just saying, if you want to get out here and get your own, sky is the limit. It's almost like God is just saying, what do you guys want? Tell me what you want. And we looking at him saying, we're gonna stay with Master. We're gonna stay on the plantation. We don't need no house. We're gonna stay in Master's house. We'll stay in a little shack. We stay in a little doghouse back in the yard. I'm just saying, This is what we look like right now. Why? We could do so much better, family. We can do so much better. I'm not going to be on here long. I didn't want to keep you on a whole, long time. I just wanted to come to check in, and I just wanted us to. I want us to realize and recognize who holds the power. We hold the power. We hold the power. Y'all say that with me. Look, we're gonna put on saying up. We hold the power. We are so powerful, family. Together, all of this Democrat, Republican. No, we hold the power together as one collective whole. We hold so much power. But we so busy fighting against each other for white supremacy. We so busy fighting and biting each other's head off. And Biden and Trump is behind the scenes dapping each other. Yeah, we got them again. We got them niggas again, didn't we? Stop, you guys. We hold the power. But we have to recognize whether we hold the power. We have to understand that it's time for us to open up our eyes. The tide is shifting, whether we know it or not. Open your eyes, take a drive around town. We hold the power. Look who's on these corners. It's not us. Look who is opening up their own businesses. I go right up and down the main street, and I see. Yes, I see them outside with their little. We got a guy that has like a barbecue shack. Well, it's a barbecue, but it's under like a tent. But he's got his grills. I mean, he's out there, rain, sleet, or snow. I'm sitting winter time, so he is out there selling his barbecue, selling them. I don't do pork, but he's selling them ribs and he's selling his Polish sausages and he is selling hamburgers, hot dog. He is selling fried. I do the fish. His fish is like, whoa. They're like huge, right? But they're huge fish dinners at a decent price. It's not over $10, but I'm telling you, he has great dinners and good food, and he's out there with doing his own thing. So yes, he might still have to start at a dang on tent. Oh well, so what? You do something. You can buy those tents on Amazon for much of what, $100, $200, $300, maybe four. I don't know how much they are, but still, you have to start somewhere, family. You have to start somewhere. I remember back in the day, you could even do like the meat thing. Remember back in the day, it was a guy, and I'll never forget. He used to come around. We used to go to a different corner, and he would. This is where we signed up, and we fill out our paperwork as far as the meat, what we wanted, and you get them in bulk. I mean, he a good price. I mean, good price. A whole lot of meat for like under $100. I'm just saying. And he had like different, like 100, then he had like 150, you get this amount, 200, you get this amount. But I'm gonna tell you, every week we met this dude there at that place, and he would have your meat. He did. I don't know where he got it. I don't know if he killed himself or what. He was killing them animals himself, but he probably had a place where he was getting them. But it was fresh. It was good. It was never a problem, and we tore it up. I'm just saying, this is stuff that we can do because we're in power. We have the control. We have the power. We can do this, but we have to know we can do this. We have to know that this is our time. We have to know that this is our opportunity to get ahead. This is our opportunity to be on top. This is our opportunity to break free. The yokes of iron is a bondage is done. It's off our necks. Do you feel it? Look, move your neck. It's off. Now is your opportunity. Even if hey, this is your time. Our entertainers, this is our time. Get your own production centers. Our movie stars, get your own whatever it's gonna take. Music, get your own productions. I'm just saying. I've seen a lot of car details. Get your car wash, get your group economics. There's the car wash here. If I had the money, I'd buy it. But like I said, I don't buy nothing in the US. I'm just saying. I would get by it for my son. Let him own his own car wash. I'm just saying, people still want to wash their cars. Black folk gonna always want to wash their cars with their hand, right? Yeah, you have those machines, but sometimes those machines they dull your paint. I don't like them brushes rubbing against my car. I still like to take them when they wipe my car down with their hands. I like that. I don't like them brushes touching my car. I don't. It dulls my paint out. It just does something to your paint. It scratches your cars. I don't like it. But I'm just saying, we could group economics and own one of those. Black folks would get it right now. But we're not thinking coming together with our brothers, saying, how much money? Okay, first of the year coming, you guys. We got our taxes, right? Who got $1,000 to go toward a foundation. Let's get the foundation going. Let's get put money into this foundation. We get a community grocery store nationwide. You can have set up a GoFundMe in your neighborhood for your area and collect money for your community store family. I'm just saying there's so much that we can do. But we have to know, we have to want to do it. It's our time. Yes. Everybody is capitalizing. Yes. You know what? NFL, yes. NBA, NFL, yes. Those are football, basketball. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I'm not a ball player and, a sports fan. But yes, they should have had their own leagues by now. They should have had their own leagues. If you into music, Nick Cannon said he made whoever he was working for $1 billion. That should have been his billion, that he was working for his company. Okay, I'm just saying, you just made them $1 billion. Okay, and what do? They give you their dollars to marry, so therefore that money will continue on. Like and share, you guys, the video, please. Like and share. But I'm just saying, it's time for us to know that we are amazing and we are off the chain and we are so good at what we do. We just have to change our mindset. I just need you guys every day to sit up and say, we got the power. We got the power. We got the power. Every time I say that, I get excited because I see it. We got the power. We do. We have to know that. It is time for us to take your rightful spots, King. Take your rightful spots, Queens. Take your rightful spots, our little princes and our little prince. Take your rightful spots. It is time for us to know that we got the power, and it is time for us to do what we were put on this earth to do, and it's not to take care and cater after white folk. They need to come and take their orders from us. Black Wall Street. Come on now. Okay, let me read that one. Tried to get his brother to buy a tire shop with him, but he wouldn't do it. Yep. We didn't trust each other. Yeah. Isn't that something? That's the sad part about it. Because guess what? If it was a service for that, you guys could have wrote a contract and went in together. Go see an attorney, have you an attorney. Where my black attorneys at? I know we got some black attorneys. Make them some money. Make up them contracts, black attorneys. Have those contracts ready. We need contracts. It's small. All you need is one page. They can charge $100 for that one page. I'm just saying, if you can get 10 or 15 black folk to come to you and write a one-page contract, or use one page, one contract for all your things. It won't take you but a minute to fax it to them. Charge them $100 for that one contract. I'm just saying. My attorneys, where you at? We need lawsuits filed. I mean, I'm talking about attorneys is really not crumps. I don't need no more crumps. We don't need no more crumps. We don't need nobody else that's going to take advantage of our black community. I'm just saying, black folks, stop going to crump to do anything for y'all, because that little biscuit, he ain't doing nothing. He's not going to do anything. I'm just saying. But I want us to know that we are so powerful together, you guys. Let's not forget Popeyes, that chicken sandwich. Millions. Let's not forget Nike, how we put into Nike. Millions. Let's not forget that. The hair product, the hair industry, billions of dollars. We made the Chinese, the Asians rich. You know that? So you can't get mad when they they come here with nothing. And they billionaires now. Why? Who made them billionaires? You did. And you still struggling at the bottom and telling me, well, we came a long way. Tell me where we came from. I asked that man that. I said, I wonder if he even answered that. Where did we come from? We came out the gutter and we on the side of the ditch now. So yeah, we came a long way out the gutter, but we're still on the side of the road. Don't tell me we came a long way. We're still redlining. Don't tell me we came a long way with white folk and we can't get our own banks, our own businesses. And I asked one guy, I said, why aren't we banking black? We need to bank black. United. I had a list of the black banks. Look on the black banks, it's like 19 of them. We need to start banking black. They said, well, when they hardship come, they're going to be the first to go. Well, they ain't gone. They're going to be gone anyway. So what's the difference? We can support them and have open up your $100 account. That helps the black bank. If you don't use them and you have your money in the safe, or you have your money invested in Bitcoin. And I hope you guys are invested in Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is kicking some butt. I'm making some money. I'm just saying. I hope you guys are invested in Bitcoin, because I mean, y'all got to know when to pull out, though. I'm just saying. Y'all know how to pull out, put you some money up in Bitcoin. Bitcoin been rolling for 50, how many weeks? 52 weeks? Has it been? Yes. Bitcoin has been off the chain. I'm just saying. I hope you guys are buying your silver, gold. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, because they're getting ready to reset. Don't be sitting with thousands of dollars in your bank account, people. You guys need to be investing that money. You can invest it in a Bitcoin wallet. I'm just saying. Um, don't be sitting up with a whole lot of money in your 401k. Take half of it out, invest in silver, invest it in Bitcoin. You can put it in a wallet. You don't have to be actually actively, you know, using it. But Bitcoin, that wallet will sustain if the bank goes out. I'm just saying, have some money, have about $500-$600 in the safe in your home, because we're gonna need it. I'm just saying. And I showed you last week my emergency stuff, emergency kits. I hope you're practicing your Second Amendment. We got election coming up November 3rd. Do not, and I will repeat, Black people, do not leave your home without your weapon, without your Sarah's with you, or your Brad's with you. I'm gonna say it like that. How about that? I'm just saying, it's protection. It's not that you're going to go out. We're not being like Kyle Rittenhouse and we're going cross state lines and we're going to go to protect something that's not ours. How do you protect something that don't belong to you? Somebody said, oh, he was protecting, defending himself. I say he should have had his behind out there in the first place, for one. For two, his parents should be arrested because it was their gun. For three, because she took him there. Okay. And for four, what was he protecting that didn't belong to him? So he automatically should have gotten premeditated murder, because he went out there to kill somebody that night, because you went out there with an AR-15 in your hand. So you should be up for charges on premeditated murder. Let me see. Let me read some comments. I can't believe how all these big dope boys in my city, let those white people gentrify downtown. Yep. And they didn't buy one. That's the sad part about it. And those properties were gone for much of nothing, because it was a hood. And they could have bought up a whole hood. I'm telling you, we don't have the vision. We have to have the vision, you guys. And like you said, because all of it went cheap, and those white folk gonna come in there and they're gonna gentrify it, because every time it's a black anything, they come and gentrify it, right? They come in there and they build it up. They buy it for much of nothing. Then they charge $300,000 or $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 for a condo. One condo. I'm just saying. To us. But they ain't paying that much money for that condo. I don't believe that. You're not gonna tell me that they're not paying that much for no condo. You ain't gonna tell me that. I'm just saying. I digress. I'm just saying. It is time for us to know who holds the power, family. I'm gonna keep saying that, and I'm gonna keep saying that, because I want you guys to get it. Who holds the power? We hold the power. Don't you feel this thing? Does anybody but me see this? I am so excited because I see it. I'm like, yes, we hold the power. We hold the power. We are so powerful together. We can't do it by ourselves, but together, you guys, family. I know we can't get everybody. I'm gonna keep saying that. I know we ain't gonna get everybody. We ain't gonna get the Joy Reeds. We ain't gonna get the Candace Owens. We ain't gonna get the, Killer Mikes. We're not gonna get them, because they still got that slave mentality and they think they free. They ain't no freer than if you looking to Biden and Trump, you ain't free. I'm just saying. If you looking to Biden and Trump for your freedom, you ain't free, baby. Because it's not about white supremacy. Because that's a white supremacy system, systematical system that they set up just to keep you down. Just to keep you down. I'm just saying, we have got to do better. We have got to do better. Just like I was reading through this thing, and it was talking about how they had the anti-poverty march. They had I mean, they had so much stuff going on. And then they talked about so many black folk lived beneath the poverty line. In 2016, 43.1 million, or more than 12.7% does now. The black poverty rate today is 21%. It's almost 3 times of what whites are. Compared to 68, the rate was 32%. Okay. Financial security says still differs dramatically by race. 2018 black households earned $57 to every $100 income of white America, white families, and every $100 in the white family wealth, black $5. But we came a long way, y'all, right? And what said? And what the dude said? We came a long way. Another troubling aspect about Black society, single women in 1960, unmarried women were the main breadwinners of 20% of households. In recent years, the percentage has risen as high as 72%. Family, we have got to start bringing our men back home. Men, we got to start being married again. We got to start coming together. It's more power in two of y'all than one. One person can't do nothing by themselves. Two checks is better than one. When me and my husband bought our house, he was like, well, let's put our monies together. I said, we're going to do it on one paycheck. So if something happened to yours, I got you. Something happened to mine, you got it. Seriously, we're not putting we're not doing it like that. One paycheck. One paycheck. You should never do two paychecks of nothing because you always want to hold one free. Because we needed some stuff. Our house is not that. We got a great deal. Neighborhood we stay. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, never tie up a whole paycheck because if you got to pay your car note, insurance. You got just emergency. The other day, my stove for whatever reason went out. I'm like, what happened? The top was working good. Bottom, I don't know nothing about no stove. I was like, okay, honey, I need a new stove. So seriously, what if both paychecks was tied up in that? We wouldn't have enough money to do that. See what I'm saying? So you don't ever do two paychecks for nothing. I'm just saying, two paychecks is better than one, family, because if you do one house, okay, but the other one is for whatever else you need, at whatever else stuff that happens. Okay. If I was a single woman, how was I going to do that and pay for my house note and get me a stove and whatever else I pay my car? That's a lot of stress on yourself that don't need to be. We got to bring our families together. We got to start educating our own babies. We know what to do. We just ain't doing it. We got to bring our babies back. We got to start teaching our own babies. We got to help change the mindset. We need a new educational system. Okay. We have to come together. We got to build up our own. We have to have our own neighborhoods. We got to come from among. We have to be separate. We got to stop learning the ways of heathens. They sleep with their kids. They sleep with their dogs. They sleep with their cousins. They sleep, the uncles, the daddies sleep with all them white women dysfunctional. All their daddies, their uncles, and the brothers. I seen this one family. This girl at work was talking about the family. She said the daddy was sleeping with the little girl and the brother. Come on now, dudes. Come on. Come on. All this free stuff. And you going to be messing with a baby? Are you serious? Come on, you guys. We can do this. And y'all going to pass up us for them dysfunctional zeros? Are you crazy? What's wrong with our men? We got to retrain this. We got to do better. We have to do better. I'm so serious. It's time for us to start loving on each other. We have to get with each other. We have to be by ourselves first. We can't, all of this integration didn't work for us. God never told us to mix and mingle our seed. He never told us to mix and mingle with these demons. He never told you to mix and mingle and become friends with your enemies and call them friends. Them devils can't be your friend. They kill each other. What you think they're going to do to you? They kill each other. What do you think they're going to do to you? Kyle Rittenhouse came out of the blue and just shot up two people. What you think they're going to do to you? You've seen the past. Some lady at work asked me, is there anybody white you like? No, it's not. You really want to know the answer to that? You already know. No. Why? Because I don't trust none of y'all. I said, see, you come over here and talk to me, and then you go over there and talk about the other girl to me. No. And I'm going to trust that. You showing me that you can't be trusted, and I'm going to be a dummy to trust you anyway. Are you crazy? And I started smiling. Because she's like, oh, Cassie, you funny. Yeah, I'm funny, but I'm serious. I don't trust none of y'all. She asked. And I told her, I'm just saying, I don't care if you know I don't like you. I don't like none of them. And they know I don't even talk to them at work. They ask me something about the job. I answer the question, keep moving. I don't have no conversation for them. I don't have okay. No, you don't get that from me. I don't fake and shake at work. I don't fake and shake with none of them. And they know. Leave Cassie alone. Yep, leave me alone. I won't bother you. You don't bother me. We come here to work. I ain't got to like none of y'all. I can't do my job. Get my money so I can do what I need to do. Seriously. We got to start understanding and bringing our men back together and start teaching our boys to leave these Beckys alone. Women, it's up to us. Fathers, it's up to you guys. But if our fathers don't know to leave Becky's alone, then our sons aren't going to know. But women, it is up to us. Tell your sons to leave these Beckys alone because they are called them more harm than good. We are actually genociding ourselves, and we're helping our enemies to survive. You understand what I'm saying? Because they have low birth rate. We can get rid of them with about 2040. It won't be none of them left. If we stop having babies for them, if we stop procreating with them, it won't be none of them left. God trying to take them devils off the earth, and we helping him. We try to help him to keep them alive. What's wrong with you? You are making more enemies for my granddaughter. You are creating more of them demons for my granddaughter to have to fight against. Stop. Stop allowing everybody to use us. We let everybody use us. Stop. We hold the power, family. We really do. We hold the power. I'm just gonna read a little bit. I'm gonna just read the big points. You know, the main thing. And then it says, Black Americans today are also more dependent on the government aid than they were in '68. About 40% of African Americans are poor enough to qualify for welfare, housing assistance, and other government programs. Now, I'm not saying white folk aren't on this stuff, because it was created for them, and it is still more of them. And you know, they get more money than us. I was talking to a girl at work, and she was talking. You know, they tell everything, honey. Let me just tell you about white folk. They really going through with their children. They are really going through. Yes, they have money, but their children are very. They're dealing with a lot of suicides. They're dealing with a lot of murders because they kill each other. One lady I met at the hospital with my husband, he went in for something. His stomach was bothering him. So the lady that came in, she was trying to, oh yeah, black folk didn't, was talking, trying to, tell us how she was saying, I really believe something was going on in my family. My husband's brother killed himself. His sister killed her husband. The son killed his sister. It was a whole lot of folk killing each other in their family, right? And I looked at her, I said, yeah, your daddy, your grandpa, Mr. done some whole lot of dirt to some slaves, because she said that they had slaves, right? And I said, yeah, you need to check your family, honey. There's some stuff you need to break them curses, honey. I said, because ain't gonna be none of y'all family, none of your family left, because everybody was killing everybody. And the drugs, so and so was on drugs, and this was addicted to drugs, and this one killed his cousin, this one killed a brother. It was a whole lot. I was like, oh, you got a lot going on. And I thought to myself, so when they're reaping that, boy, karma's something else, ain't it? Okay, that's right. Don't bring them home. When I have a African godchild. You know what? That's so funny, because we trying to teach them right. And even my daughter, I be trying to tell her, y'all, look, y'all need to do the right thing. I'm just saying, okay. And my baby met an Egyptian, right? He's from Africa, and he's from Egypt. And I'm like, Kill, he ain't black enough. No, I told her, I said, he ain't black enough, even though, well, I mean, he's from Africa. I'm like, but he's from the wrong part of Africa. Can you go down a little bit? Go to Kenya. Go down some. Don't go up that far. Get him down at the bottom of Africa, the other side of Africa, whatever. But I'm just saying, he ain't black enough. She said, well, he's from Africa. I said, but he ain't black enough. He's not from the black part of Africa. So she thought that was, I'm like, oh my God, please bring my baby a blackity black man to go or something. So please, Africa. No, he ain't black enough. So let me just see. I just want to hit a few of these, and then we're gonna be done. Um there are, of course, positive trends today. Far more African Americans graduate from college, 38%, than did 50 years ago. Okay, but still, you're graduating from college, but I want to know business owners. Okay, yes, we're graduating from college, but then what are you doing with those degrees? You're still going to master saying, can I have a job? Can I have a job paying? My daughters have, one daughter has a degree, bachelor's, and the other one has two masters. Okay, but the master one is doing a bachelor's. She made more money before she got her degree than she do with her degree. And I'm like, you didn't even need no degree. But I did tell my girls, I want you guys to get degrees. That way you have something, always have something to fall back on, right? I never wanted them to struggle. I said, but then my daughter, my oldest said, well, I was making more money before I got my degree. I said, but you still got a degree, so you can still use it for something. And my baby has two masters. Okay. But I think she should be making way more money than she's making, because their children with two masters is making, I mean, okay, compared to what she's making, she should be making a whole lot more. But I'm still glad that I told them to get degrees, but now I teach them, okay, you have degrees now, get your own business. And that's what my oldest, she wants her own business when we get to Africa. And I told her I'm going to help her to get it. I'm just saying that is still my plan. It's not changed. I'm just waiting for my, some things to come through for me. I want to go over there. And when I go, I want to be able to purchase land. I don't just want to go for a week or two. I want to be over there for at least 3 or 4 months, purchasing my land and doing what needs to be done and watching whatever. If I buy something, I want to be able to do it and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? So that is my plan. My plan is to retire there sooner than later. So let's see. It says from 1980 to 2016, from 28,000. That's what they were making to 39 than any other U.S. demographic group. Okay, and they was talking about Black adults with the college degrees. They're now a significant Black middle class. Okay, legally African Americans may live in any community they want, and from Beverly Hills to the East Side, they can and do. Yeah, but you don't want, I don't think that because I'm living around a lot of white folk, I've moved up. No. I think you have more problems. And I think you need a mixed neighborhood. I would prefer all Black if we could without being robbed or whatever. And I do believe that there are some upscale all Black neighborhoods. Okay. But I want us to, even in those neighborhoods, I want us to get out and have block parties. I want us to get out to know each other. I want us to get out and know our neighbors. I want us to come together and be more unified as Black people. And that's going to take us coming together and being with each other, getting to learn each other and know each other and being around each other and loving on each other. Okay. Because right now, they had the new Jim Crow, which was, which we deserve reparations. I don't care what nobody say. Okay. We deserve reparations. You can't do with everything that you've done to us and then holler. And what makes me mad is when Black folks say, well, we don't need reparations. Yes, everybody else got paid. We do deserve reparations. You know what, you guys? I'm not gonna go all through this thing. It's kind of long here. What would MLK economic bill moral vision of a just America, access to land. Yeah, we need access to land, universal basic income. We need more money. I mean, it's just, this is really a super long thing. I just didn't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I'm gonna keep reminding you that we are in power. We have the power. We hold the power, and we will always hold the power. We have to know that we hold the power, and we have to do something with that power. And we have to stop looking for mommy and daddy, white mommy and daddy, to do for us what we can do for ourselves. And us voting is not going to get that. It's not going to make that happen. We know Biden's and Carmela's, their record. And also, when we're putting in Black people, we have to watch who we're putting in, just like Daniel Cameron. Be very careful when we're voting for Black people. If they don't say a Black agenda, this is my Black agenda, then I wouldn't vote for them, because sometimes we all know that a whole lot of our Black leaders have sold us out, right? We all know that they've sold out for Zaddy. We know that Cameron was working for the police, and Carmela, she was working for the police union. And we have Black people that, and we put them in office, and we'll hear them say, oh, the police, they're backed by the police. That is a code word for saying that the police own them. Daniel Cameron, the police owned him. That's why he could not bring those three up on charges in Breonna's killing. The police owned him. You have a person in Georgia, Paul Howard, who was he brought those officers up on charges, felony charges. But the lady that they brought in, the what's her name, Willard, Fannie Willard, the police own her. The police have backed her. The police put her in. White folk put her in to bring those charges off that police officer. I'm just saying, when we hear that the police is backing them, that's not a Black person that you want to back. You don't want anybody that the police is backing, because therefore the police owns them. It's, remember that money I told you we put behind people, and we tell them this, and this is what we want. I think it should be illegal for police officers to back anybody. I think it's illegal. It should be illegal for and the attorney of the Brooks, the attorney, the dude that shot the cop that shot Brooks, his attorney backed her. Okay, put money behind her. So this is how we know who's in charge. She works for the police. So if you see Black people that they say, oh, the police union is backing them, stay away from them. Police that don't, people that don't sound like me, that doesn't sound Black first, stay away from them, because they have a Black face like Carmela. She has a Black face, but she has no Black roots. She has no idea how to be Black. She has no idea. She's never been through any hardship as far as being Black. Her dad didn't even, I don't know if he's all Black or not, but he didn't have any dealings with her. So therefore, she has an issue with black men, and she's shown it over the years by putting most of them in jail. As you look her arrest record, it was mostly toward black men. She put more black men away, and I call her the female Jim Crow Joe. That's what I call her because she reminds me of a female Jim Crow Joe. She does, and we have to be very careful because she's black. Do they have a heart for black people? No. She's shown you over and over and over that she does not have a heart for black people. Just like Daniel Cameron, he he had three officers that got away with murder. He helped them get away with murder because that's Mitch McConnell's boy. He's married to Mitch McConnell's granddaughter. Did you know that? And you wanted Daniel Cameron to do something for black people when he's hanging around a bunch of white folk? That's how you know. And we have to start looking, who are they hanging around? If you see a black person hanging around a whole lot of white folk, that means they're safe. They're not a threat to them, and that's why they hang around him. I don't have no white friends because they know I call them out in a minute. I call out that racism, even that work with my supervisor. I call it out. I will call it out. I don't have no white friends behind me. So you know I'm not, I am B1 first, period. And because I'm B1 does not mean I hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. I just love my own. Just like you Indians love your own, just like the Mexicans. I'm not, and I never say black and brown because they don't never include us in anything. And I hate black folk that say, oh, you know, the black and brown. Black and brown might be hootie ho. No, it's not no black and brown. It's just black folk because that's who I am here for. That's who I watch out for. And Mexicans aren't my concern. They have their own Mexican coalition. They have a Mexican, just like we have a black caucus, they have a Spanish caucus. Okay. So they don't need our help. They don't need you. Well, you know, the black and brown people. No, they never say the black and brown when it comes to us. They always say the brown people, don't they? They never talk about black when they holler when they're trying to get some equality for themselves. They always stick themselves in a category by themselves. But we will always include the black and brown people, which makes me sick to my stomach because I'm not. Look, we have enough going on without us trying to include brown people in it. We have enough going on in the black folk without us including brown people. That's not my concern. And I tell people when I see stuff on internet and they talk, oh, the black and brown, I said that's not my concern. The only concern is the BLACK right there, the black people. The brown people has their own to fight for them. We have nobody to fight for us. So we have to come and fight for each other, fight for ourselves. And the black and the brown people can fight for themselves because they have more people in their corner than we do. Remember Elijah Company? Remember John Lewis? They fought for the brown people, didn't they? And did nothing but behind all the black people that they've been holding in cages for 30 years for marijuana joints, for cocaine that's now legal in some states, and they're still in jail in those states for having small amounts of marijuana. Jim Crow Joe made sure that they got 1,000 years for a small amount of crack. But guess what? His son was a crackhead, but he got no time. But then what did he do? He paid the states billions of dollars to support his law. Then he turned around and your black caucus signed that. And your preachers signed it. So my thing is the preachers in the black caucus should not be let off the hook. But your preachers and black folks signed this stuff. This is the sickness part about Elijah Compton. John Lewis signed that bill. That's what makes me so sick. That's who we need to be voting out of office this term. We get all of them black caucus members out. We vote locally. We get all of those senators out. If they was in Congress and Senate and they have not done anything, next. And we keep changing until we find some black people that's going to do something for us. 90. KKK, come on, Helen, refused to sign a bill that would give less time for nonviolent offenders because she said they would have less prison workers to make their product. Yes, I remember that. She sure did, didn't she? Yes, she did. Yes, and that's the sickening part about it. But we want this creep in our in office. Let me see, my boys are okay. But yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So we hold the power, family. We have to know we hold the power, and we have to use that power educationally. We have to do the research. We have to do the background checks. We have to put the work in. We can't just wait for white folk to do for us. It's time for us to do for us. We're not babies. We're smarter than them. They do stuff at work, and I look at them and I'll be like, high IQs, right? And I say it out loud. High IQs. Okay. I say it out loud because I don't care. Because my thing is, I don't front. I don't act like I like them. I don't act. I say what I say and keep it moving. But my thing is, we have to know that we are so much smarter. But we have to feel. I know they've made us feel like we're now. They've made us feel that we can't lead nothing. They've made us feel like we can't own nothing. They made us feel like we can't create nothing. But who created half of the stuff you using today? The light, red, green, yellow, light, peanut butter, open heart surgery, the hair dryer. We created, I'm gonna come up here next time and tell you what stuff we created. America wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for black folk. We did it. We just have to have Yahshua to bring it back to our memory, the stuff that we've done. It's like we've lost it. We didn't know we did that stuff. Who built this country? We did. If we built it, we can do it again. We are in control. We have the power. We have to know that we're in the power. We're in the driver's seat now. He said the first shall be last, the last shall be first. That's us. Wake up. That's us. It's time for us to know that we hold all the power. I'm so excited about that. And I'm gonna stay excited because that makes every time I say it, the more I say it, the more I feel it, the more I see it. The more I say it, the more I feel it, the more I see it. Say it. We have the power. We have the power. We have the power. We do. It's all about us. And we have to know that. But I am not going to stay on here. I am not going to keep you. I think I've kept you long enough. There's no more that I can say. I think I've said it all. I think I've said it all. Okay. But with that said, family, I want you guys to have an amazing rest of your day. And I do appreciate you for joining. I want you to like and share before you leave the video. And I want you guys to tell somebody about the video. Tell somebody about Cassie that when I come on, I'm coming on usually on Thursdays, but Friday's not a bad day. I kind of like Fridays. I get more people on Fridays, so I may do Friday mornings, just depending on my off day. Okay, but hopefully I'll be retiring soon, and I'll be able to retire in Africa, and I'll be on anytime I want to be on. I hope some of you guys gonna join me for my little trip when I go to Africa. I'm gonna advertise it, and I hope you guys want to go be saving your money because guess what? They have land in Africa for $500. I'm just saying, we're gonna buy some land, and I don't care. We got to put a tent on it at first. We're gonna be out buy our own land, and we are going to be our own bosses. Okay. With that said, family, I want you to have an amazing day. Practice your Second Amendment. Take Brad and Sally with you. Okay. Take your friends with you. Keep your head on a swivel. You watching everything, and please be safe. Thank you for joining, Melanie. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys that come here and just give me some time. You didn't have to. You could have had something else to do. You could have joined on. I'm sure somebody else on like Vicky. You could have tuned in anybody, but you chose me, and I do appreciate you guys, and I love you guys for it. And just take care of yourself and have an amazing day on purpose. I cannot get this thing to. There you go. Come on, things won't end for me.